Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
Today we bring you another installment in our continuing Defense of the Defendant, or as our producer would like us to call it, our report on G.K. Chesterton's The Defendant.
Today, we're talking about a defense of heraldry.
Yes, heraldry, that long-forgotten art of something?
Pictures that symbolize things.
Oh, of course.
You know, like in this country, we normally refer to them as coats of arms.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
We don't really have them, but there's a whole art to it, a whole science to it.
Of course we don't
called heraldry.
Of course we don't have them. They're all aristocratic, and it's.
And that's part of the issue.
Although, like the flag of Washington D.C. is based on George Washington's family coat of arms, so we're not completely opposed to them.
And Maryland's flag also contains a coat of arms.
Exactly. So, yeah, there are traces here in America, but we don't have heraldry.
But for the most part, it was all that royal nobility kind of a thing that we really eschewed.
Well, so thoughts on a defense of heraldry?
Well, there was one comment which is actually based on what I was just saying that he makes that really stuck with me. In the common popular democracy, there's this whole view that everybody needs to be equal.
Mm-hmm.
And the comment that he makes on this democratic equality, if you will, is that instead of doing what they should have, the Democrats made the appalling, and he's referring not to the American political left, but rather to all those who hold the view of democracy in general. They made the appalling mistake, a mistake at the root of the whole modern malady, of decreasing the human magnificence of the past instead of increasing it. They did not say, as they should have done, to the common citizen, "You are as good as the Duke of Norfolk," but use the meaner democratic formula of the Duke of Norfolk is no better than you. It's this whole notion that in order for us to all be equal, rather than taking the lower parts and lifting them up, that we have to actually bring things down. You know, it's. For example, I made the comment about the aristocracy and things like that. Yeah. And rather than elevating everybody up to the level where you are all as good as those folk, it was, no, we can't have those folk because they like to think they're better than us.
Yeah. So, lowering everyone to a common denominator instead of raising everyone.
Exactly. Sure. So what did you get out of it, Mike?
Well, I was also struck by this lowering of everyone instead of raising of everyone up. But what really struck me was the line, "There is a road from the eye to the heart that does not go through the intellect."
Oh.
And I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and especially in light of our text-obsessed culture, where more and more of us have access to writing. And so we begin to think that things can only adequately be expressed in writing. Whereas what heraldry tells us, and what we should all be reminded of, is images have a power to evoke that words simply do not.
So are all our texts from you in the future just going to be a string of emojis?
Yes.
Okay.
Each more esoteric and incomprehensible than the last.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay, we are reading a book, so there is certainly a place for text. But he uses the example of the red lion that was the mascot of Scotland.
Yes. We have a green version on our mailbox because I think the people before us were British.
Ah, interesting. Yeah.
That or it may just be what came on the mailbox.
Yeah.
We choose to believe that they were British.
All right, fair enough.
It's got the lion and the unicorn man.
Yeah,
all right.
That's totally English.
No, you're right.
Anyway, so these things evoke certain feelings. If your country is represented by a lion, or the United States that we are represented by an eagle,
and not a turkey, like
and not
Franklin wanted.
Exactly, because Franklin was thinking only with the intellect, the cold, unfeeling intellect. The turkey as rational a choice as it may be, being native to the Americas, it doesn't evoke anything. It doesn't lift anything up. It lowers everyone to the same level instead of raising everyone up to the same level.
It requires cranberry sauce.
And it requires cranberry sauce. Sweet, sweet cranberry sauce. So, I was just struck by, yes, there's a great paucity in the modern imagination. We want to reduce too many things to words instead of to a glorious, evocative image. Because, as Chesterton has pointed out again and again throughout The Defendant, the world lacks imagination and it lacks pageantry. It lacks magnificence and wonder. And heraldry, as silly as we tend to think it is, as good utilitarian Americans, it has great use in that it elevates the mind of man. And shouldn't we all seek to be more elevated?
Yeah. I guess that.
Jess?
Well, the part that stood out to me is the fact that he said that the cheesemonger should have a war cry, because it reminded me of an episode we did earlier. I'll link it there. Like it when it gets 100 likes. Those two have to figure out how to do a live stream.
And poems and poetry about cheese.
Oh, that's the easy part.
Yeah, that is the easy part. But Chesterton also saying that there is not enough, poetry about cheese. And also, I think that the war cry of a cheesemonger should be Brie!
Brie!
It's strong, it's short.
Mm-hmm. And it ends on a high vowel sound.
Yes.
That can be extended almost indefinitely.
Yes.
As one charges into battle. Who do cheesemongers battle?
I imagine
The Cracker King?
Fishmonger? The evil Cracker King and his empire of salt.
Yes, I imagine they'd be against bakers.
The butcher, the butcher and his allies, the baker and the candlestick maker.
Yes. His vile allies.
Listen, I'm not saying the cheesemonger's going to war, but when he does...
Butchers, I am totally on your side. I like the meats. That man does not speak for me.
No.
I
can't abide by
But do you like candlesticks?
Well, if I have a holder that fits them right.
I can't abide by your alliance with the baker.
I also like bread. Bakers.
But the butcher, you are good in my books. And that candlestick maker guy, he's all right too.
Although, I mean, I grew up in a society, of course, with electric lights. So we have very few candlesticks. So I mostly think of candles, lots of candles, but very few proper candlesticks. So I mostly think of it as a murder weapon from Clue.
There is that.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, you're right. I'm thinking of stick candles, but no, candlestick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's put the stick candles in.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are needed for each other.
They are.
Two great tastes that taste great together. Yes, I understand. Nevertheless, heraldry. Life should have more pageantry. Yes. This reminds me. We've always meant to have a coat of arms of sort for the Popish plot.
Yes.
And it's still in process. Because we believe in heraldry.
We do.
We don't really follow the rules.
And because in general, we can't agree on what should be in our coat of arms. So perhaps you, dear viewer, might have some suggestions for us. Go down below to the comment section. Let us know what type of coat of arms we should have. What should be in it?
Should it be azure? Should it be ore?
Are we looking at like a shield or...
That's heraldry talk for gold.
Yes.
Anyways, give us your thoughts and your ideas. While you're down there, hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you get notified when our next episode on The Defendant comes out. Make sure you hit that like button, because how could you not like us? Exactly. If you don't like us, we may sick the cheesemonger, the cheesemaker on you.
I haven't made cheese in a while. It's really hard to find,
No, I'm just saying. We'll tell them that.
But we have the battle cry, so we have the important part.
So yeah. And until next time, remember: live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share that love.
Do you like art?
Ooh.
Do you like art with cute animals?
Ooh.
Do you like cute art with Would you like art with cute animals and alcoholic beverages?
Well, I certainly like the alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure to go down below. Click on those links to check out our friends over at Quack Quack Honk Designs. Buy some art from them, and by doing so, you will thank them for having bought us this magnificent microphone.
It's about time that we finally have a mic around here that does some work.
Unless you wish to talk about the war cry of the cheesemonger.
We encourage you to do so.
The modern view of heraldry is pretty accurately represented by the words of the famous barrister who, after cross-examining for some time a venerable dignitary of Herald's College,